My favorite quote about songwriting is Leonard Cohen. Being a songwriter is like being a nun. You're married to a mystery. They come in different forms, and sometimes you sweat for a month for a verse, and sometimes it all comes in a delicious 15 minutes, and you're racing to get it all down before it leaves your head. And it's about being open and receptive, but also making time for it a little bit every day so that when inspiration comes, you're there to catch it. It's about keeping secrets from yourself so that okay, I got to earn this ending, I got to earn this punchline. It's the same thing Irving Berlin is talking about, so that, and what's the rhyme that sets up this killer release at the end of the thing. So yeah, so you play that game with yourself all the time.
So in the theater and in rap, hip-hop,
absolutely,
you write to the end.
Yeah, it's a constantly shifting thing, and it can always be better. And that's true of any song. It can always be better. There are those moments where it all comes at once, and it's glorious. And if you tinker too much, you take the air out of the initial impulse. But what you always are trying to do is honor the initial impulse, but then bring your craft to it so that it packs even more of a wallop than that notion that knocked you out on the subway that you just had to get it down. It's like, okay, so that was the fuel, and how do I now build the car around this so that that idea, whatever that impulse, whether it was a lyrical idea or a melodic idea, how do I maximize this and use it to its best potential? There is nothing like the snap of a pure rhyme at the end of it. There's nothing more satisfying than when it lands and it's exactly right. You have to write from your gut always, but more and more you learn your craft, and it's really about, I think the fastest shortcut to really being able to write well is to listen to everything critically. Even if something comes on the radio and it's garbage, stop, go, why do I think this is garbage? What is it about it that's turning me off? Is it the repetitiveness of the melody? Is it the way, as long as you are always learning from what you're listening to, you're gonna keep learning. And so, I listen to lethal amounts of musical theater, and I know what I like and I know what I don't like, and your tastes are formed by that, but you're also learning how to apply craft and seeing how they apply craft. There are amazing things that maybe Broadway is just not the final destination for, but that doesn't mean they're not incredible work. With all of the good and bad that comes with the world, the brilliance of writing your way out of your circumstances, but also not knowing how to let something slide once you're in that position. I feel like a mosquito that hit an artery. Like, I don't know how to wrestle it all to the stage. And Tom Weidman wrote the book To Assassins, Pacific Overtures. He's amazing at wrestling history to the stage. And the advice he gave me, which was so great, and I've been trying to follow it, is write the songs that demand to be written. Write from your gut what parts of the story are aching to be told musically, and that's going to form a spine. It will form a central spine on its own because your interest in this guy and what you choose to write will form its own sort of narrative, and that's been working pretty well so far. So you have to say, I'm learning something from this. This is something I love, so that even if you can't control whether it succeeds or it fails. That's out of your hands. Forget pretending you can control that. What you do with your time is the most important thing. So you can only write what matters to you. That's the only gut check you can do, and then you hope other people respond.